Here is a middleweight, a super middleweight, a light heavyweight, and a heavyweight champion of the world, Roy Jones Jr.
The fans are ready, and it looks like the fighters are now ready.
So, all the talking's done.
All right.
Now, let's get down to action.
Under the bright lights here for this one, really good matchup, and we're hoping for a really good fight. And we're off and running between these two really accomplished fighters. Let's see how they come out. That hook doesn't score. Do you believe what we're seeing? Nice counter shot. Can't find a home with that jab. Once told me when she gets into a fight, her mentality was minimum effort, maximum efficiency.
A win is not just a win for some fighters. They need to feel the blood, the crunch. They need to get that win.
Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Neither one of these fighters want to see the judges' scorecards. There's a counter shot. Good counter punch. That jab misses. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Ben in that last round. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Every second.
Here we go for round two. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Catch and shoot. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Counter punches have to hurt. When you're fighting a counter puncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counter puncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counter puncher smart.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you.
And yes, there's a cut, and the referee will stop the action. And the referee will allow this to continue. And just as quickly as the action slows down, it heats back up. Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. He threw a punch and just got countered. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Been in that last round. Look at all that blood. Here we go in round three. Who's going to land the first big shot? He just gave us one hell of a round. Let's see if they'll do it again.
What a round. I'm exhausted. They must be absolutely shattered. What could you tell a man when he comes back to the corner? You need the instructions to be simple, precise. Don't befuddle them because they're just shattered.
That counter punch caught him clean. Swing and a miss with the jab. Beautiful counter punch. Unlucky to miss with that uppercut. Well done with that counter shot. A perfect counter lands. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Back and forth they go. Punch, counter punch. That counter shot lands. And this is a you hit me hard, I'll hit you hard type of fight. And he scores with the counter. Good counter punching. They exchange punches. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Nice counter. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about being in that last round. That cut is going to cause some problems. They might want to call a doctor. There's the bell for round 4. They're up and ready to go. Surely this round won't be as good as the last one.
How much energy did they use? How hard and how tough and how much they have to dig deep? This is just ridiculous. I don't know what to expect. I'm tired just watching it.
A perfect counter shot. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Trying to land that jab. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Perfect.
What a blow to the head there. Let's see it again on instant replay.
Even I've got to see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4. Are you okay?
So they're back on their feet, but let's see how much they have left in the tank.
But now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
So close with that uppercut. Nice counter shot. As we enter the final 10 seconds here, it's probably a round he'd rather forget. Let's talk about Roy Jones in that last round. Back into the fray here in round 5. It's been a nightmare so far. What can they do to turn this around?
2 knockdowns and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible because your head must be all over the place. Your legs will feel like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
How about that time counter shot? Beautiful counter shot. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
What you've got to do, Tony, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You never...
I gotta stop you here, Johnny, as we pick up the heat. Can you believe it? Roy Jones Jr. is on the back foot now. We almost saw a knockout a second ago, and now they're going toe-to-toe.
Green Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Nice counter punch. Missing with the hook. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? His stamina is off the charts. Tried to score with that hook, but missed. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about being in that last round. That cut. Here we go in the 6th round. And we're back. What does this round have in store for us?
Good work the last round. Be smart. Don't get too braggadocious. You get turned over and walk into the shot. And that's the last thing you want.
How about that time counter shot? Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
Middleweight always gives us a class. If you've got 2 class middleweight fighters, you are in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, there's a certain fighter, I would just say marvelous, but some fighters were unbelievable middleweight.
Walk away from each other and then run right back into... Well, Johnny, how do you rate the...
Yeah, the hate, the grind, the sweat, the blood, the time, my motivation. I work too hard, too long, and not be in the conversation. My team been up, way up, ain't nothing less than domination. I got the game and say with lock and key and combination. Keep it gold and high sight, don't focus on what's hindsight. Sleeping on me, tell them night, night, it's my time in a bright light. Don't ever bend, no mind, keep it pushing, don't ever give them a sound. They will let me when you shining, but they wanna talk about you when you down. Motivation, all the hating that they doing, motivation. Staying winning, nothing less, ain't no consolation. Used to tell me that I couldn't, that's my motivation. Yeah, my motivation, motivation. All this money on my mind, that's my motivation. You be talking, but you not up in the conversation. They all wanting me to stop, that's my motivation. Yeah, my motivation. Yeah, that time that I came through and I got one for the boy. Hey, now I'm finna ball out, step back, shoot for the score. Hey, if I had a penny for everyone doubting me, I'll make $1 million a month off a salary. Picture me rolling, go look at the gallery. I've been eating now, look at the calories. No, I've been out up on the road, trying to make it to my goals. Had a lot of friends in the past when I quit on me, had a fold. I remember being told, son, don't ever say it's sold. For the girls, for the cars, for the fame, for the riches.
All right, I went over the rules.
I want you to protect yourself at all times, and what I say you must obey. Good luck.